You can't hide the intimacy of your call, the fact that I basically can reach out and shake someone's hand from the top level. I probably could MC it without even a microphone.
This is Jonathan Aggoff here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by the voice of Boxer Sky Sports, Big Mo. We've just weighed in Isaac Chamberlain, Mikael Lawal. What did you make of that? Both in good shape, both very intense. This means a lot to both.
Huge. You got to add the voice of NBC and Peacock too to that. We'll talk about that in a second. But no, it's a big fight. This is a fight that, in my opinion, is deserving of a main event. So I'm glad that it got elevated for two belts, British and Commonwealth. Two guys that I think are at the top of the domestic scene, or towards the top of the domestic scene here for cruiserweights. It's a good fight. You know, I remember it was originally tried to get on for the Billum Smith, the Coley fight back in May. So I'm glad that it's finally getting the recognition it deserves.
In terms of sort of, you know, we're meant to be Buatsi Aziz. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. How disappointed were you when you heard that got postponed?
I was disappointed. I was really disappointed for Dan. I shot him a message instantly. Dan was one of the first friends that I made here working with him. I've traveled with him when we went to Paris and things like that. So I'm gutted for Dan. I'm gutted for Buatsi as well. Buatsi's a friend of mine. But they're going to get it on. I'm sure they're going to fight. They're working on a rescheduled date right now. I don't think we've nailed that down quite yet. But that fight needs to happen. It's going to happen. So good things come to those who wait.
You mentioned the NBC Peacock. Obviously, this fight is available in the US on Peacock. I mean, this sort of fight isn't really going to appeal to US fans, but going forward, is this an important step for the US?
Well, look, I think obviously we wanted Buatsi Aziz to be the main event for our first show going on Peacock, but it is what it is. I'm really happy to see that NBC is getting involved. This is a big deal. Obviously, I'm from America, so obviously most of the team here and most of the fans here are British, so they may not understand the significance of this, but in terms of going and penetrating the American market, this is huge. NBC is one of the biggest platforms that we can get on. When you have shows like NFL rights for Sunday Night Football, when they have the show, I mean, they have Saturday Night Live, they have, I mean, it's a massive, massive platform, and the fact that NBC is owned by Comcast, who also owns Sky, there's immediate synergy from the two corporate relationships. This is a massive deal. I can't downplay that enough.
Just for those that don't know a bit about your background, just tell us how you landed this job, because you've established yourself as the main guy MC over here at Sky. So how did that happen?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm now coming into basically a year and a half doing this job. It's been great. I just kind of built my way up, built my name, went viral on social media. I'm obviously a little bit younger doing the job, and ended up doing the Eddie Hall Hafthor Bjornsson fight in Dubai in early 2022, and then that's where Sky and Boxer discovered me. They ended up having my test run basically be the Billum Smith first fight in Bournemouth against Isaac Chamberlain, ironically, and the relationship's been great ever since. I've gotten to be greater involved with Sky and Boxer, and I love it, and I'm really, really happy to at least be a part of bringing the product to America, where I think it will be successful, and we just keep building, we just keep rolling and putting on good shows.
What's your goals as an MC? We see, you know, Michael Buffer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., the main guys in America. Is it, you know, to get to their level? Have you spoken to any of those guys?
No, I mean, I haven't really spoke to a lot of them. I'm focused on my career. I believe I'm in a unique position being, you know, 50, 60 years younger than a lot of them in certain situations. So it's just amazing to be in the position that I am, to do shows of that level. I mean, Smith Eubank, Shields Marshall was one of the most watched fights last year, and I was blessed enough to do that one. So now that I'm at this level, it's finding creative ways to elevate the job. I want to use my platform and use my role to help bring boxing to different industries, because I believe it's a transferable role, and that's really about it, to be honest. I mean, I'm just excited to be doing what I'm doing.
Got to get your opinion on a few fights coming up. Next week is obviously Fury and Ngannou. I mean, many are giving Francis Ngannou much chance. If he pulls this off, where does this rank in upsets?
Oh, it's one of the biggest upsets in history when you also factor in the size of the event. I mean, I've said it before. As a content and entertainment fan, I love it. I love to see crossover. I love to see different industries becoming involved. I'm a fan of the UFC and mixed martial arts. I've worked in that industry. I announce all of the three major sports, whether whether that be boxing, MMA, or bare knuckle. I've done kickboxing, done it all. So I love to see that crossover. But as a boxing fan, I'm torn on it because I would love to see Fury Usyk first, but it sounds like we may get that at some point. So now it's a big event, and I do think it's important. I do think it's going to be fun to watch. I'm going to watch it. I definitely think that some people are. I mean, I've seen comparisons of Francis Ngannou, and they're making it seem like this is like a pro wrestler. Like, he is a skilled fighter. He is a fantastic athlete. He is massive. He does have strong punching power. Is Fury the favorite? Absolutely. Do I think Fury's going to win? If I was a betting man, yes, I'd be betting on Fury. But I would love to see Francis put on a good performance. Francis is a great man with a great story, come from literally nothing, working in mines in Africa, and now he's going to be headlining one of the biggest fights just to probably ever happen when you look at overall appeal and size of it. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Fury to get money too, put on a good show, throw bombs at each other, throw big shots at each other, and we'll see what happens.
And Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, as you mentioned it, if that fight happens, how do you reckon that's going to go?
As much as I like Usyk as a technical boxer, I don't think you can hide a 50, 60-pound weight advantage. I don't think that you can hide probably a 6 or 7 inch reach advantage either. I think Fury's too big, too strong, too awkward for Usyk. I think that he comes away with the win, especially after seeing how he performed against the likes of Deontay Wilder, who's also ranked at the top of the division. I feel like Fury's going to smother him a little bit too much and be too much problems for Usyk. But at the same time, Usyk is unified world champion for a reason, and pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. So who knows?
Big Mo, thanks for your time. Let you save your voice for tomorrow night. Isaac Chamberlain, Mikael Lawal, just give us the final thoughts on why people should tune in to Sky Sports tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night's definitely a quality over quantity card. We got 4 fights, but they're great fights. Really competitive. International fight for Karis Ardingstall. Great domestic dust-up for 2 young fighters with Michael Hennessy Jr. and Joe Laws. Got a great chief support with Sam Gilly and Louis Green. Sorry, Louis Green. A lot of names going through my brain right now. Louis Green and Sam Gilly. So that's going to be a great fight as well for a belt. And then we got the main event for 2 belts. It's awesome. Don't know who's going to win between Chamberlain and Lawal. Couldn't tell you, because I watched Chamberlain go through Fight of the Year last year, but I've also seen Mikael Lawal knock people into the shadow realm. So it's going to be a great fight. Make sure you tune in. And I love to say that now, if you're in America, because I have a lot of American friends and family that can't access Sky Sports, if you're in America, make sure you tune in to NBC and Peacock for Boxer.
And I guess as well, just finally, your call as an MC with that sort of atmosphere when everyone's sort of on top of each other. It must feel like is it a special place to do it? I mean, how do you compare it to doing it at like the Manchester Arena? I
think, look, I've done Manchester Arena, I've done O2, I've done those venues, and I love big arenas. Like, I'm definitely a big crowd person, but you can't hide the intimacy of York Hall. The fact that I basically can reach out and shake someone's hand from the top level. I probably could MC it without even a microphone. So it's going to be sick. I'm excited. York Hall is awesome. I'm excited to see some American fans watch York Hall as well. It's going to be a good night. Make sure you tune into an awesome night of boxing.
Big Mo, appreciate your time, and we'll look forward to tomorrow night.
Appreciate you. Make sure you follow Pro Boxing Fans.
There you go.